Hello, my fellow YouTubers. It's me again, Carlita, your Spice Queen. Yeah, I am here. I am here with the 411. The 411 on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 14 Reunion Part 2. And when I tell you, honey, it's spicy, very spicy. There's some nasty rumors. There's imposters, people with aliases. People have changed their names. Names has been changed to protect we don't know what. It remains to be seen. And I can't wait to get started. But before we do that, let's please subscribe. I have 96 subscribers, and I need the 97th one. So please help a woman out, a lady out, the Spice Queen out. If you want to join the Spice Party, Spice Club, please. Okay, let's comment. Please comment because it gives me motivation. It really motivates me to want to continue. It drives me. Please share with all your friends. Facebook, Instagram, the whole shebang. Now, without further ado, let's get started. I can't wait. Okay? So, now, it starts off with, Marlo. Blah, blah, blah. Marlo is still doing that fake crying. She is the victim. Okay, how people are calling her a hoe, and how, they cannot prove that she's a hoe, that they can't say who she gave fellatio. I mean, it was crazy. They cannot say who she had fellatio or who she gave fellatio or head to. Now, I don't usually like to use that kind of language, but anyway, we grown people out there, okay? And for me, allegedly in the past, it was said, right? It was said she was an escort, right? And allegedly an escort, okay? Paid for personal services. We don't know what particular personal services that were rendered, but allegedly. So that's all I have to say about that. We just don't know what services. Now, she goes on to says she's she don't do things sexual and things that and all that. And Kenya wanted to interject. But listen, I am going to give Kenya and Marlo their own special 5 minutes. I have a special or something for them to tell you, to give you real details as to what the conversation went on with them, because it was a lot. I mean, it was really a lot. Okay, so anyway, to make a long story short, Marlo was acting holier than thou. She was acting holier than thou. She was acting like she was a saint when she really was a sinner. She was a sinner because she was saying, talked about Kandi. She spread nasty rumors about Kandi. Said Candy's vajayjay. Her vajayjay is not good. And I wonder how she knows that. She says Kandi vajayjay is not good, and that she screwed everything up and down the block of Atlanta, and that she dates, okay, under her, below her tax bracket. Honey, I don't understand. If you are a saint and you all that and you didn't do this, how can you bring those type of nasty things out your mouth and say things about people? You are, on the other hand, saying people are saying things about you, right? Right? This is your issue. But then you, in turn, talk about Kandi. You are just contradicting yourself. You are a hypocrite, Marlo. You can't talk about people and don't expect them to talk about you. Okay? That's one thing. Okay? So, right, so I got a note here. She wants us to believe. Okay, that comes with Kenya. Okay, so here comes, so like I said, Kenya and Marlo had a little back and forth, but here comes Sanya. Sanya wants to get in there and intercede. Marlo, she's so nice to me. I know some things she did in the past may be true. I mean, she is the bow to Marlo's dumb, okay? And I don't mean to be, but it just, girl, please. It's like that had irrelevant. Had nothing to do with nothing. Nothing. Let me put on my better glasses. Had nothing to do with nothing. I broke my lenses on that one. And these are better. So, it had nothing to do with nothing. Right? With, it's a child. Sanya. Sanya, she, like I said, she come in to Marlo's defense, and whatever what she was saying had nothing to do with what was going on. Okay? just off topic. Okay, yeah, I put a note. She see Marlo through some rosy glasses. I don't know what it is, but the average Joe can tell that Marlo is full of it. Okay, but okay, so then Drew, Drew chimes in. Okay, Drew says she wants to love her Marlo, but she's having troubles trusting Marlo. Marlo is hard to trust because Marlo will flip on you and turn on you like a hot cake. Like I said, excuse me. I've always said about Marlo in the past, Marlo is an opportunist. She's an opportunist, and she goes where it's convenient for her. Okay, there's another one that does that as well now, Sheree. Okay, they'll flip on you like a flop, like it's just nothing. Okay, so they were talking about Marlo. You might as well call, I'm going to say definitely part one of the reunion, the Marlo show. Okay, all about Marlo. I am so tired and fatigued. Marlo Andy is really, really riding her nuts. I mean, he is riding her nuts hard. I mean, he's trying to sell us something, force feed us something, blind us like we don't see anything that's going on or went on. And I don't, excuse me, I don't get him. Excuse me. Something going on with the throat. So, Kenya, let me see, right? So they talked about the break-in, Marlo's break-in and everything, and how that was scary. And Kenya felt that, no, Andy asked the question to Kenya. Why was she feeling some kind of way about Marlo not letting them know about, her experience with the break-in, because they got a group text. Because Marlo wasn't the only one that experienced that. There were other reality TV people. I think Anila from Married to Medicine Home had a home invasion. And I do know there's another girl on Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta. I can't think of her name right, but she had a scary little break-in as well. But Kenya was just saying that, something like that, you might want to share that with the group because, it's just so everybody, to keep people safe. So, to get them up on their P's and Q's and just let them know what's going on. Okay? And, okay, so Kandi, Kandi, she did have a scare with the dude come to her gate. Drew had a scare as well. They didn't go into many details about Drew in reference to her scare, okay? And so, basically, Kenya was saying just to keep us safe so everybody can be alerted and know, what's going on. Okay, so like I said, Marlo, I'm done with her. Andy cannot force feed her. She sucks. Marlo for me sucks, and I've always said that. Listen. I do not place judgment on no one. I judge people by their character and what I see. And nobody's perfect out here. I got a little way about me every now and again too. But as I say, if Marlo was to be a different kind of person, of course, I would see her in a different kind of way. Okay? So please, it's never too late for a person to change your skin and everything. Okay, so Andy, why would you do that to your nephew? He asks Marlo. Why would she do that to her nephew? Put them out. And she goes on to explain. Right? She basically saying that she didn't have no experience, that she was overwhelmed, that she needed that break and everything, that she had, she was inexperienced, she needed counseling and things of that nature. And how is it that you can go through what you've been through, Marlo? I've said this more than once, and Andy asked a question. And someone, some viewer or something asks, how can you put your nephews out and treat them that way? Or something about the foster girls. how she can be so much more dearing to the foster girls than her nephew. And she said something about, well, they don't live with her. But not to get off topic. How is it that you went through what you went through growing up, Marlo? Okay? And going to try and justify the fact that sending those boys to your sister who was already overwhelmed, right? Just and try to justify what you did. No, no, honey. You can try to fool. No, I am not touched. I am not bothered. Blah, blah, blah. That's all it is. Over there trying to act like you crying. Ain't no crying nowhere, no tears, nothing. Nothing. It's a nothing burger. Okay, so let me not just, get with that like that. Okay, like I said, just enough. Enough of Marlo, okay? Okay, so then Andy asks about who is the shadiest of the group. And for me, the shadiest, I can't really think about who is the shadiest. I'll say, for me, Sheree. Sheree is pretty shady. Because Sheree's a lot going on with Sheree. You just don't know what's going on with Sheree. She got a lot going on with her. So that's all I have to say about that. He asked if Drew really didn't know about gaslighting and everything, how she did not know about gaslighting, that she does know about gaslighting now. Okay? Said that she didn't understand in reference to her husband gaslighting her. And they showed some snippets of Ralph and some of the things that they went through, in reference to gaslighting Drew. For me, I just was not into that. I mean, I'm sorry. Okay? Okay, so Marlo said she doesn't talk about people's husbands and everything. Kenya said that Marlo's talking about she don't talk about Kenya husband, and said something like that. And Kenya said, no, that's not true. That's not true at all. I was sitting there waiting for Andy, Bravo, to show some snippets of Marlo saying all kinds of things about Mark, but they didn't show anything. I was taken aback by that, but we all know and we remember. Okay, Drew and Ralph got roasted about something about the movie. They roasted her and him. Yeah, they made a whole gaslight movie. Sorry. They made a whole gaslight movie. Like I said, they were showing snippets about Drew and those two are just funny. Ralph, I don't know why I found them to be funny, okay? Okay, they asked about Marlo edges, and she showed her edges, how her edges was growing back, and how she admit to using some of Kenya's hair products. Now that was cool. I don't know how true it is, but I would like to think that it's true. But she says that she said, no, I think Andy said something about why don't you use some of Kenya's products or something to that effect, and she said she did actually use some of Kenya's hair products, and that she believed that's is helping her a lot. Shout out for Kenya. Okay, and then Eggs was Ralph. Ralph was a football player at Rutgers, and so Drew just went on and explained to them that, well, no, he actually attended Rutgers. I believe he was trying out for the football team of some sort, but he was denied or cut or something. I don't know if he ever even made the list, but whatever the case may be, is he didn't make it. I think he tried to be a football player for Rutgers, but he wasn't picked. I'll say that. Okay, so Kenya is the moment. They show a few snippets about Kenya and all the different things, from Dancing to the Stars to her and Brooklyn Tea Party. They just showed a lot of things about Kenya and what she, went through throughout the season. Okay, and so like I said, they showed, Dancing with the Stars, Brooklyn's Tea Party, show Sanya and Kenya's debacle. They talked about Ross and how he gave Kenya the business. Well, according to Sanya, he wasn't talking to nobody in particular. He was just speaking general. Don't F with my wife. That's general, okay? So because he didn't say Kenya don't F with my wife, or he didn't say Sheree don't F with my wife, he wasn't talking to them. Or he was talking to them, ma'am. Okay? So, but anyway, so they went through all that, the different things that Kenya went through, and then he asks, did everyone knows a change in Kenya? You know, Kenya's happy. Kenya's good. Okay, and when you good and when you happy, it shows. You know, because when that person over there try to give you the business, you feed them dust. You know, Kenya's good at feeding dust. But you feed them dust. There's nothing they can say or do that can affect you or rock your world. Okay? So I'm loving Kenya. I've always rocked with Kenya. And I've seen her in her journey. So I've been following her ever since. And I love her. And yes, Marlo and all the other negative people does not affect her. So that's why she's smiling. That's why she's growing. And Kenya said her business is doing good. She's doing well. There's nothing. There's nothing for her to feel bad about. And yes, she should feel good. And Dancing with the Stars, how Dancing with the Stars could have come at a better time, how it lifted her spirits, and it just gave her all kinds of joy. And I tell you, Kenya, girl, when you was on that dance floor and doing that thing, child, you in the wrong damn business, child. You know, please, we love you on Real Housewives of Atlanta, but baby, you can dance. You can dance. I'm telling you, you can dance, Kenya. No bull crap. Okay, and Drew, light up aura, she says. Drew said Kenya was Dancing with the Stars with the light, was a light of aura. That she really, really, loved what Kenya was doing with Dancing with the Stars and made her feel good. And like Drew said, she was a light of aura. Okay? Kenya still, he asked Kenya was she divorced yet? Was she divorced yet? And so Kenya still, they're still not divorced. She's not divorced yet. Yeah, old Mark, he's just being a pickhead, I'm gonna call it. A pickhead. He don't want to let that beauty go. He don't want to let that beauty go. He want to have his cake and eat it too. He don't want to let that beauty go. Hey, he's sitting back, he looking like, damn, I would be stupid to let this woman go. You need to be trying to find yourself. I think you might be too late now, Mark. I think it might be too late. I think you done burnt your bridges. Okay? And everyone seemed to like drunk Kenya. Love tipsy Kenya. They love Kenya. Kenya's just a happy spirit. When she get a little champagne here lately, hey, she bubbly. Bubbly. And like I said, there ain't nothing going to be penetrating her to make her and knock her down and make her feel bad. So yeah, when she drink a little champagne, what have not, yes, she's bubbly-er than she was in the past when she had all them issues and problems. People coming at her in all kinds of ways. Okay? So, and he asked her about dating. Andy did. And she said she's taking her time with dating. She went through some type of process of some sort, but she's not dating with no one right now. So she's still, take your time, King. There's no big rush. She's still single. Well, she's not really single, but, separated. Sanya's trying to, right, like I said, she tried to explain away Ross's rudeness at the situation in Jamaica and all, which I personally felt it was very disrespectful. It wasn't called for. It wasn't even needed. I mean, he didn't even have to do that. I mean, I don't know what his deal was, but what I would like is an explanation or what his reason was for, because she was not under duress with nobody pouncing on her, jumping on her. She didn't even get a chance to even open her mouth before he jumped up and had to make himself be, look, here, I'm here, look, see, it's me. That's the only other reason I could see that, because she wasn't, she didn't need him to do all that, and he didn't have to do that. That was just way over the top, okay? All right? So, and Kenya said she's good with that. She's, over that, and wasn't no biggie. She's passive. Okay, and then they were talking about, Andy asked Kenya and them about why they wanted to go to the iFit commercial, pretty much with Sanya. And Kenya said pretty much she just wanted to be shows to be supportive to her, to Sanya and Ross, because they missed the first day, the first experience and everything. So she wanted to really, really be there on that second, occasion where they were supposed to go and support Sanya. That's why she was a little bothered by it. And yeah, she was taken aback that Sanya did not, call or respond or, or anything. Okay, and Andy, I was just went on a boat with. That's you, Andy. That's you. You just go ahead on the boat. Okay, Kenya got a heart. Okay, Kenya got a heart, Andy, and you are just too much. Okay, and you getting on my nerves too. I don't normally say anything about you, Andy, but I'm tell you something. When I looked at that reunion, you got some splaining to do. Okay, it look like you got some favorites. Okay, so right about the commercial and so to explain that. So like I said, Kenya wanted to support. Sheree told Sanya to stand up to Kenya. He asked her. Andy asked Sheree about why did she tell Sanya that she should stand up to Kenya, saying that if she don't stand up to Kenya, I guess it's going to be like a sign of weakness or something. No, Sheree, that's wrong. That is absolutely wrong for you to tell someone to do. That's just an instigation at boasting that woman up to get her feelings hurt. Okay? You're going to put her out there and she's going to get her feelings hurt. Because it's, the Shade Assassin. Okay? Kenya has that name and she wears it. She's a Shade Assassin. And Sanya, there's no fighting. No fighting, only with your mouth. Okay? Kenya will give you a tongue lashing. And you gotta be ready for it. So don't come for her unless she sent for you. Don't be listening to Sheree. Sheree's gonna get your feelings hurt, okay? And everything. So, then he asked her about Montel. Sheree told Sanya to stand. Okay, right. Montel. So they asked about Montel Holtz. I cannot remember that man's first name for the world of me. Montel Holtz. Montel Holtz. Called Sheree during the reunion. Now, he had to know. I mean, that was done. That was a setup. Okay, because ain't nowhere in the world you're going to do that. He did that on purpose. They had it planned. Okay? And talking about the penis. I don't, his penis. Who cares? When you have a man just like a woman, I personally don't want no man that's been around with all kinds of women. Okay? Everybody around the block know his stuff and what's going on with it. And I don't think no man want no woman that's been spread around and tossed around with every guy on the block. Okay? So just like women can look a little dusty, men can too. So I am not impressed by Mr. Montel Holtz. Okay? Used up material. Okay? Around the block and back. All right. So Sanya says Kenya. Kenya puts on a sob story, right? About, on 2 occasions, we all seen it. If you've been following Real Housewives of Atlanta, you'll know. Okay? Kenya came late to one occasion and everything and gave her the reason why. She did make it, but explained to her that she was going through some things and it had to do with her daughter. Just and that and another. And on another occasion, she gave her a similar, reason, explanation. Guess what, Sanya? It can happen twice. It can happen twice. You have little Deuce, okay? Little Deuce, and by the way, Deuce is so cute. He's so cute. I like little Deuce. All right? So, you might be going through some things with Ross. Ross giving you the business or what have not. Okay? You're not making this stuff up. This is life. Things happen, Sanya. And I think that was really, really just uncalled for. You had no real reason to say that. Seriously. It didn't fit the situation. Okay, right. So Ken, like I said, Ken forgave Ross about the whole situation. Sheree says Kandi, okay, so they showed a snippet of Sheree talking about Kandi. She said she didn't talk about Kandi. It would have not. So they showed a snippet of Sheree saying Kandi is sucking D all around the place, and He said, I'm sorry, Andy asked Kandi how did she feel about the rumors that Sheree was spreading in reference to her, giving people fellatio. Kandi said it didn't bother her. It didn't bother her at all because Sheree is out there doing it herself. Okay, we all know that Kandi, she enjoys herself. Okay, now no one ever said she was promiscuous, not me. Okay, but she enjoy sex, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, but you gotta try to make it dirty and say she out there sucking people penises all over the place. What is wrong with you women? It's just not nice, okay? Okay. Sanya's family, her family, her future. She's okay with having another child with Ross. I do know that. Okay, wait a minute. See, and the house is crowded. Decided to have a child. Right, right. So, Sanya loves her family. She loves her family. She loves family life. Okay, her family just does not stop at her and her husband and Deuce. It's her mom, sister, the whole shebang. She loves the support system. So the more the family, the more the merrier. Okay, that's what she is with them. She also decided to go ahead on and give it a try to have another child, second child, with her husband Ross. Okay, but only this time he need to be more supportive. And she could see that when they were discussing it, okay, at first he was challenging her on it, but then he came around when she said she did not want to do that. So he said, okay, well, I'm fine. Okay, if you don't want it, we don't have to do it. It took that to make her decide to go ahead on and do it. But on this time, he need to be more supportive, need to be there. Okay? That's what she's saying. Okay. Okay, so Sanya, the question to Sanya was, what was the hardest, Andy asked her, the hardest? Being a housewife, wife, or being a track star? She said the hardest thing is to be a housewife. Because she said being a track star, well, I know what my goals are. I see the roadmap, right? I got to beat this chick, that chick, that chick. It's a track in front of us. I know about that. With these housewives and challenges, and yeah, it's unscripted. You don't know what to expect. You're learning all these different personalities and things and such. And I agree with you on that. I would say, yeah, being a housewife is unpredictable. You just don't know. Just be yourself and be true to yourself, basically. And stand for something. You got a mind. You don't got to follow nobody. You know what they try to say about you following Marlo and everything, saying you a Marlo crony. Like what I said, you the bow to her dumb. You don't got to take that. Show people that, hey, you got me messed up. Okay, so they talked about Drew, how Drew was saying to Sanya. The question was, when Sanya went to Drew and share with her about the fact that Ross wanted to have a baby, how she wasn't ready for it, how Drew told her, listen, basically, you his wife, right? He's your husband. Okay, you need to go ahead on and give him a baby. Because if you don't give him a baby, some other woman give him a baby. So pretty much take his shit, okay? Take his shit, but just go ahead on and give him a baby. Okay? Alright? Because if you don't, somebody else give him a baby. What kind of reason is that? Drew, what is wrong with you? It's like this. If he go out there and get a baby with some other woman, hey, I'm done. I'm done with them. Because if you love somebody, you don't do that. Come on, Drew. That don't work. But anyway, so, that was just crazy. So, blah, blah, blah. Kenya, Marlo. Okay, yeah. So, Marlo started talking to Kenya about some blah, and Kenya just told her pure and simple. I am an icon, hon. You are an ex-con. Okay, so we on two different levels. Okay? I am an icon. You are an ex-con. Right? And so she go in about some of the things about let me see, Marlo said Kenya wanted her friendship because of Portia. Right? So, like I said, I was gonna give 5 minutes to them too because I want to read something in reference to that. So you know, I'm just going to say this on that. Kenya did not pursue your friendship, Marlo. Okay? You came and pursued Kenya at the South Carolina vacay. You mean Bolo Gates? Bolo Gate, remember that? You came to Kenya asking for friendship. Okay? She did not pursue you. So stop lying on national TV. Okay? So, and Kenya just said Marlo is disingenuous. And I'm with you on that, Kenya. I absolutely am. Okay? Now, Marlo called Kenya a lying bitch because Kenya was bringing it. Kenya was bringing it. Telling her, okay, she was bringing it. Kenya is not lying. Okay? Andy vindicated Kenya by getting the truth out of Marlo, and he didn't even know it. Okay? Right? Kenya had said something, I don't quite remember just exactly what, but whatever it was, Andy pulled up some footage to show it, but we'll get back to that. Okay, so you know what? That's all I have on my notes. Okay, but I found this little article, on Kenya and Marlo, and about real details about. I couldn't explain it better. Okay, so this particular information, see if I can get through it in 10 minutes. And I hope my phone don't mess up, okay? So this particular information is brought to us by Mew. Let's say MEAWW. I'm calling Mo.com Entertainment News, okay? It's authored by Aritri Paul. Aritri Paul. ARITRI. Aritri Paul. Published on September the 18th, okay? Real quick, I'm going to go through this because this really gives real great details about what happened at the reunion. And I'm going to read it the best I can, okay? Now, Atlanta, Georgia on the upcoming episode, right? Okay, they're talking about the reunion, okay? Right, of the season 14 reunion, Kenya the Shade assassin hurls abuses at Marlo for not using her true name. Okay, here you go, right. So I didn't say that near because it's here. When Andy Cohen confronts Marlo about the breakdown of her friendship with Kenya, she mentions their former co-star Portia Williams. Quote, I get it now. End quote, Marlo says of Kenya. Okay, she never forgiven me. She never forgiven me. Only time she's forgiven me is when she wanted me not to be Portia's friend, end quote. Bull crap. I already called foul on that one. Okay, because she pursued Kenya in South Carolina. Okay, Kenya on the other hand is irritated by Marlo bringing up her old Roa rival who departed the show after season 13. Quote, girl, please don't, you don't want to be Portia's friend, end quote. Kenya argues that, quote, you threw Portia under the bus. Now they said this in the reunion. You threw Portia under the bus, end quote. Drew Sidora comes to Kenya's defense and backs up her charges about Portia. Quote, you said you had an issue with me because I was friends with Portia, end quote. Drew says to Marlo, who disagrees. Quote, no. I didn't say I had an issue. I said I didn't trust you because you was friends with everyone I wasn't friends with, Marlo says. Okay, that's who says that, okay? Marlo says that to Drew. That's what I said. I said I didn't trust you. That's what Marlo said about Drew. Okay? So, here you go. Let me do this real quick. This is the last little paragraph here. So I did this because it really tells in great details about what happened. Okay, Andy inquires about Marlo's future with Kenya, but Marlo denies that it exists. Quote, no, I think she's done with me. I think it's over. Marlo remarks cynically of Kenya. Quote, I am gonna be so stressed out and sad. I am. I don't know what I'm going to do without Kenya. It seems like she's being sarcastic. Quote, okay, Kenya instantly responds by labeling Marlo a sociopath, right? A sociopath. Kenya, I'm sorry. Okay, Kenya isn't finished yet. Quote, right? She thinks it's funny and cute. This is Kenya saying that, right? Kenya says, to co-stars, quote, but yet she wants to constantly talk about it all the time in the press and to everyone else and pretend that she's a different person than she is, end quote. Kenya then spills a massive bombshell regarding Marlo, which surprises Andy and the other ladies. Quote, everything about you is fake, Marlo. Everything about you is fake, she adds. Quote, your name is not even your real name, LaToya Hutchinson. Yeah, LaToya Hutchinson. Okay, Kenya continues to exploit Marlo's admission to Andy that she's changed her name years ago against her, quote, you changed your real name. You lied about everything on this show, end quote, Kenya adds. Okay, before reintroducing Marlo as LaToya Hutchinson, right? She added, Marlo's first reaction is to laugh off Kenya's assault, right? But we're guessing things will become tenser after that. So I'm looking forward to part 3. Part 3, I guess we should find out about this alias, this not alias, but this other name, this fake name and everything. I don't know which one is true. I don't know if it's Marlo Hampton or LaToya Hutchinson. Like I said, they changing names and we don't know why. But anyway, so that's it. That's it. I'm done. I made it through it. I've been really, really busy lately. I've been trying to work my magic through StreamYard. I tell you, it's been really, really hard. Okay, but it's just interesting and all. So please subscribe, you all. I don't know what to do but to keep on bringing you content. But, if you like what I'm saying and if you find me to be informative and things of that nature, please, I can't beg you enough to subscribe. And please comment. Because, see, this way I know that you are listening to me. Okay? And that's whether the comment is good or bad. Either way is welcomed. Okay? So, without further ado, I will see you in my next video.